Welcome to the age of absolutism. So our first word that we are working with is absolutism. Absolutism is the belief that one person should hold all the power in a country. Modern examples would be of absolutism is, for example, if I look at Hitler's Hitler's Germany, Stalin's Soviet Union. At the age we're talking about, this is when Europe develops the idea that one person should hold all the power. So you're moving away from having a lord control this area and a lord control this area to one king controlling the country. Absolute monarch. This is a king or queen who held all the power in a country. Louis XIV is considered the absolute monarch of the example. If you looked up absolute monarch in the dictionary, it would be Louis XIV, controlling all the power in France. Absolute monarch, you're thinking they hold the judicial power, they hold the presidential power, they hold the legislative. Anything that's going to be done in the country, that's what they're going to be doing, and it's going to be one person in charge. Absolute monarchs will follow something called divine right. Divine right, belief that a ruler is given the right to rule from God. So when you have these absolute monarchs, they believe that their power comes from God. So when you are an absolute monarch, you are doing God's work. Today, the Pope, well, not an absolute monarch, rules by divine right. So you're looking for these countries where the king is saying, I am ruling and I am doing God's work, God's wishes. Louis XIV, when you see XIV, that is 14. He is the absolute ruler of France. He will build this beautiful palace of Versailles as a symbol of his wealth and power because he is able to do it. All the tax money, it goes to him. He controls the nobility. He will revoke the Edict of Nantes. He will be in total power in his country. Edict of Nantes, which we've talked about, this was the document that allowed Huguenots to practice their faith. It is rescinded, revoked by Louis XIV, and we talked about that it was created to bring religious peace to France. Louis XIV is threatened by not having that, so he will take that first example of religious toleration away. Peter the Great, he is the absolute monarch of Russia. He will westernize Russia. He brings Western ideas to Russia. This is the city that he built, St. Petersburg. You can definitely see if you look at a picture of Moscow, it's going to be very different. It's very Western. For example, westernized. Russians would wear Western dress. They would shave their beards. He took the ideas from England, France, the Netherlands, and brought them to Russia. He westernized. Henry VIII. Henry VIII is the English king who broke with the Catholic Church. He decides he wants a son. He needs a divorce from his first wife, Catherine of Aragon. In order to do that, the Pope will say no. He will say, fine, I'm in charge of the church in England. So he is the king that breaks with the Catholic Church in England. He does this through the Act of Supremacy, which Parliament at the point of Henry, is a body that, while it does not have any real power, the king does have to get things through it, and the Act of Supremacy Henry got through that would make him the head of the English church. Once this is created, his church it's basically, if you went into Henry's church, you would find it very similar to a Catholic church. It will also, under the Act of Supremacy, say that his marriage to Catherine of Aragon never takes place and he marries Anne Boleyn. Excommunication is what the Pope did to Louis, not to Louis, what the Pope did to Henry VIII, and we saw excommunication of Martin Luther. You get kicked out of the church. You're gone. Elizabeth I, She is the daughter of Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. She will take and create a new church, the Anglican Church, which will combine Protestant teachings with Catholic doctrine, and she will defeat the Spanish Armada. See, here she is, all powerful, and then the defeat of the Spanish Armada, which will be the end of the Spanish presence and dominance in the world. Parliament, lawmaking body of England. They like to scream at each other. They do that a lot. And if you take a minute when I'm done, you can see them screaming at each other. It's not coming through now, but do that when you're in a minute. All right, so the next slide we have, hold on. Revolution. Revolution is a quick or sudden change. You're experiencing a technical revolution right now. It can be a political revolution. It can be a technology revolution. It can be an industrial revolution, but it's whenever life changes very quickly. Oliver Cromwell, he will be the dictator of England after the English Civil War. He will overthrow Charles I. He will become, like I said, the military dictator of England. When he dies, England will return to monarchy, but it will be limited monarchy. Habeas corpus is an agreement. It's passed in England. Habeas corpus, it's protection against illegal imprisonment. Basically, when you are arrested, you have to be taken before a judge to determine if there is enough evidence to take you to trial. It's a legal protection. We have it in this country today. Glorious Revolution. The Glorious Revolution is the bloodless overthrow of James II in England, and William and Mary will become the rulers of England. They will become our constitutional monarchs. They will have very limited power because they will be forced to sign the English Bill of Rights. This is a document listed what the monarch could or could not do. And some of the things in our Bill of Rights come from the English Bill of Rights. So, for example, they get Protestants get the right to bear arms. They get freedom of speech in Parliament. They get the right to petition the king, and it comes from the English Bill of Rights, which is going to create a constitutional monarchy. A constitutional monarchy is when a king or queen's power is limited by the law, and that is what England has today. Louis XIV could do whatever he wants. The English monarchs would not. They will be forced to abide by the English Bill of Rights.